Morning. This is going to be brief. I have to go interpret someone's dream in a little bit. So I just wanted to come on quickly, talk to you guys a little bit about what I happen to be repeating on coaching calls a lot, right? So clearly, if I'm repeating this a lot, it needs to be said to everyone, okay? So what I want to talk to you guys about is how to eliminate effort. Okay? When you guys are trying to manifest things and you go to coaches and all of this stuff, and even if you're coming to me, you're coming for clarity. You're not coming to me because you need help with a technique or something like that. You just want clarity, But here's what I want to tell you, or what I want to get behind, and just kind of explain this picture of what we do, why it's hard, why it's not hard. Which one is it? Okay? So here's what I want to describe. Okay? You have right here, okay? This is emitting a frequency. Okay? And not only is it emitting a frequency, but it's a vortex. Okay? And it's a really strong vortex. The more you focus on strengthening this connection, the stronger the pull becomes. Imagine trying to be a kite inside of a tornado or a whirlpool or something like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You actually have to exert a lot of effort in order to not be sucked in. Okay? So what's happening, or the reason that it's so hard in 3D or anything takes time, is because you've decided you don't have something. Okay? So now guess who's standing in the middle or in front of their vortex? Remember, the vortex is just coming, pulling you, and you're standing in front of it, saying, no, I don't have that thing. Okay? And so the reason this is so important, and how the reason that it's difficult, and I'm trying to bring it all home, is this. Okay? Our mirror always allows us to see in reverse. So what appears to be going is actually coming towards us, and what appears to be going the other way, or what appears to be coming towards us is actually leaving us. Okay? And the reason that is if you ever tried to look in a mirror, right? Even if you're looking straight ahead, you look at a mirror, you're seeing behind you, even though you think you're looking forward. Okay? The universal mirror is exactly that. You're looking forward, but you're actually seeing backwards. Okay? All right, so I'm going to continue with this analogy. So here you are, standing in front of the vortex that's just trying to pull you in and give you what you want because it was given to you before you even asked. Your heart registers this and is trying to tell you this is in your field. You're going to need it as you go through your next moment. So whatever desire you're having, that's what I already gave you, because I knew as soon as you entered this moment in time, you would need these things. All right? So now what you think, this desire, you think, oh, I only want this. This isn't God-given. This is something I want, or whatever the case may be. And then you tell yourself, I don't have it. So there you are standing in front of this vortex, right? And you call a manifestation coach, or you call someone for help, because clearly you need help bringing this, because you understand the law, but you haven't figured out how to bring it to you. Okay? So I want to describe how crazy this sounds, all right? Just so you understand the difference between effort and letting it come, okay? So now you're standing in front of the vortex. Vortex is trying to pull you back so you can have your desire. It looks like you're being pulled away, but you're actually being pulled towards it, okay? And you're forcing it, going like this. No, I don't have it yet. And here the force is trying to pull you this way, and you're going that way. Do you end up at the same location? Yes. However, you just swam upstream to end up at the same point of origin that had you just turned around and accepted your desire as given, you would have just floated with the river back to you, into the place where whatever you wanted already existed. Okay? Now, what's cool about this is true of everything. Do you want a specific guy? Do you want money? Do you want a career? Do you want to change this? Do you want to change that? You know, whatever you want, you already have. I'm dead serious. So, can you picture that as you're doing that? So then you call someone and then someone says, sure, all you have to say is a few little manifestation, little, use this tool, use that tool or whatever. But here's the thing. The only person you have to convince is you. I don't care what you see outside. The projector that you are is showing you your shadow. The light you emit. Okay? And the only place that exists where you have what you want, stop judging your shadow. Stop looking outside. You're not listening. You're looking outside, making an effort, trying. That's not how it works, guys. I mean, yeah, it works. It's just much harder. Way harder. You know? Like, with John, if you ask, why do you love John? You know what my answer would be? Because I've seen the man naked. And before your dirty mind goes there, because it's my dirty mind, I can claim that. I mean, I see him without his body and recognize that we are the same light. Therefore, when we argue, I'm only arguing with my mirror. If I argue at all. All right? And it becomes a reconciliation of what I consider to be opposites. Okay? The reason that's so important is because the things that I learned to do with John apply universally to the mirror. The universal mirror. This is true for everyone, whether you get it or not. Okay? When you make an enemy of someone, when you look at them and you call them shit and you tell them this and you tell them that, or you say, oh, this baby daddy sucks because blah, 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 blah. This type of thing, okay? When you're judging your shadow, you get to live that way. You get to be right. You know what the problem with that is? Welcome to your own suffering. Welcome to your own suffering. You are living by your design. No one else is responsible. So if your life sucks, darling, it's because the poison that comes out of your mouth creates it. I know, you're thinking, it was already there. No, baby. Your thoughts, your shadow, your next moment is in your hands. So, you want to live this as you came to fix? Preserve it in the salt and stay in the muckety muck? Miserable? Keep spouting that poison out your mouth. Keep causing your own death. Keep calling those people horrible. Keep saying what a horrible condition is out there. Keep judging yourself and causing your own pain. You crucify yourself and no one else. You and what looks like the outside world goes with you. Down the rabbit hole you go. Okay? Now, that really sucks. Thank God. It's just an imaginary shadow that isn't really occurring. However, you think it's real, don't you? That's the point. That's the point, you guys. Until you understand there is no world outside of you, until you understand how to see yourself, until you understand to speak life upon your world without harming yourself and harming everyone with you, you're going to live in a place where you're suffering, where you don't know what happens next. Okay? And that's a really hard place to be. Because you got to remember, you're there to be divine love. Right? So you've got this vortex that is always working in your favor. And the only thing you need to do is be loving to yourself. But yourself isn't just this here. Okay? Yourself is whole, meaning everyone in the universe is you. So if you are standing at a point in time not knowing you are God, then you live as a man who struggles. Half a life. Half a life. It's okay. It's what we came to do. We came to learn who we are. It's not a big deal. It's cute. But many of us, we felt that stirring in our spirit. It's waking us up. We're like, wait. This can't be all there is to life. Eat, sleep, wake up, retire, die. That can't be it. You feel it in your heart. It's stirring. Because you know that this is half a life. And people deserve to live better than that. And you know it. Even as you condemn your world, you know it. That's really important. Because if you don't realize that, then quite honestly, this is the only reason you would suffer. Because you don't know how to love yourself. And I don't mean the self that is this. Okay? I mean the self that you're looking at outside of you. That shadow, that's your whole body. You were told, seek the kingdom of God. If you are the kingdom of God, then why are you condemning your shadow? So then our job is, don't judge your shadow. Redeem it. That's why you're there for. If you feel bad at any point in time for what you're looking at, you are not realizing why you are there. You're forgetting. And see, the problem with that is there are only two states. Only two. Conscious of why you are there and no freaking clue why you're there. Those are the only two states. If you have no freaking clue why you're there, don't worry. The illusion of free will drag you anyway, and you'll play your part. But it's small in comparison to knowing you're master of your own universe. It's small in comparison to saying, oh, I just speak things into existence, and there they are. It's small in comparison to, there's the love of my life. It's always been there. I can't be separated from it. It ends this 6 month, 2 week, 3 months, 3 years, whatever, how long you've been waiting. I don't know what you're waiting for. It doesn't exist outside of you. So when you guys come to me, that's what I'm helping you see. There's no outside world. So do you want it to be an effort, or do you want it to be, that's what we're working on. Is like, now that we're behind the veil, animating everything, remember not to judge it. There's nothing outside of you. There's nothing outside of you but your shadow. Are you there? You could, if you know this, you could just stand still, not say a word, and everything falls back into divine order. Not your will, but divine order. And until you judge it, then you drop down out of Eden and you go exist as you believe, because you get to be right. And so that's the other part of the conversation I want to have with you guys. It won't be long, okay? But this is the point. If you forget, you get to be right. So when you tell someone, it's fake, they have trouble reconciling, because to them, their shadow world is real. It's as real as it gets. It's who they are. So before we go, you're not seeing the right stuff, blah, 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 and try to tell them that they don't exist, that's not fair. And I realize that we all kind of unconsciously do that, so I want to correct. I want to course correct and say, here is the problem. If you're still helping them with their world outside without telling them how the world inside works, then we're not. It's harder. It's much, much harder, I guess is what I want to say. It requires more effort. Okay? And then what happens is, here's what you guys do, okay? Your heart already knows, your heart already sees, it's all going on. And as soon as you say no, now you start working against yourself, and then you start working to convince yourself to have what you want to have. And the only reason you guys get it eventually, whether it's 1 week, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, a year, 2 years, or however long you've decided that you wanted to not have it, unconsciously, however long it takes and whatever method you do, then brings you back into the vortex, that all you had to really do is strengthen a heart connection and receive your desires as already given. See, you were told, renew your mind and enter a new world. That's literal. Literal. Okay? But think about this way. If you are, I don't care if you know scripture really well. I don't care if you studied Neville for 8 years, 9 years, 6 years, 1 year, 8 months. Doesn't matter. If you haven't applied what you've learned, then life is a struggle. Okay? It's like learning trigonometry or something, and then going into your chem class, you're asked to use the trig in your chem class. Right? And suddenly chemistry seems hard because you don't know how to apply what you learned. Do you see what I'm saying? And so then chemistry is hard, but chemistry is not hard. You learned this to apply it to this. That's how it works. So it's not a do nothing sort of thing. It's believe first, know first. The formula is real simple. Know in your heart that what you want was already given, and then the vortex flips and pulls you in, and then you enter the state without effort. It's instant. Okay? Now, here's what's going to happen if you don't understand what's being shown. The wounds that we have not addressed will be on display outside as things that you hate. You've decided, because you're the veil, that these things don't belong in your kingdom. Okay? So a person is going to appear, is going to help you see what's inside. And if we don't, if we judge it, let's say it appears as someone who isn't the greatest to us. Okay? They're just playing their role, helping you see why you have an obstacle. So then the person that you don't like in that moment, because they irritated some kind of demon, is only trying to help you get past your veil of limitation. Okay? However, if you get sucked into the illusion and you condemn them and you say, oh, you're so horrible, blah, 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 I can't stand you and you suck and this world sucks and all these men suck and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Guess who gets to be right in that shit? And the reason I keep saying that's so important is because I'm telling you there's an order of operations. It's knowing that you're not separate. It's knowing that what you're seeing you're there to fix. It's taking responsibility for your life. You are born for this. Legitimately born for this. So then to miss the mark and suffer by your own hand doesn't make sense. Do we do it? Yes, we all do. But if you want your SP, if you want the guy, the dream guy of your life, the dream girl of your life, if you want the specific career, if you want, I don't care what it is. If you want it, it was already given. And then the only reason you don't have it is because of you. Because you're judging what is not there outside of you. Okay? And what's really difficult, you guys, if you have some serious wounds and what you're seeing outside kind of doesn't look so hot, you got your work cut out for you. You do. Is it hard? No. I'm asking you to love yourself. Your whole self. Accept yourself. And then get busy. Because you are the perfect light. You are the perfect light. And as soon as you stop speaking death over your life, you get to live the life you want. But should you forget and you judge your shadow, instead of working, you're going to be born over and over and over and over again. And guess what? We've been doing this for 1,000,000 years. It's taken 1,000,000 years for all of you to even be at this point right now. That's how many lifetimes you've had, as everything. As the rock, as the tree, as the little bug, as the parasite in the water. There's nothing you're not. You spend time being the stars. You spend time being outer space. The whole thing is your body. In fact, Earth is Eve. The ideal made out of mankind's image. It's our body, our universe. And every person has their own point of perception, and every person has in them what they desire already. So if you don't have it, guess whose fault it is? The person who doesn't know that they already have it. And it's not a fault like, I blame you. It's a fault like, oops, my bad. I missed the mark. Okay? So, we're going to be soon introducing a course called Behind the Veil. And I'm really excited about it because I think that if you guys can understand what's behind the material world, then you have a target. You have somewhere to aim. You have somewhere to go. You have somewhere to see. But at the end of the day, the truth is the only thing we truly, truly need to do is love our shadow. And if we're incapable of loving our shadow, well then we've blocked our own light and we live as we believe. Nothing wrong with that. It serves the collective anyway. It really does. You know, we're just all going along with you. Because we can't be divided. We exist within one another. So everyone in the universe that I see outside is actually inside of me. And this is true of everyone. True of everyone. So when you see like what you consider to be good and bad people, if you've animated the whole thing, then who are you lying to? Or do you still see bad? You haven't understood who you are? You see where I'm going with this? Duality is the illusion. You were told this from the beginning. You were told you were going to enter a place where you would be enslaved, and that enslavement was a lie. You were told you were going to exist in a matrix, and you had to wake up. You were told that Adam never woke up. So that matrix that you're living in has never changed. It was the same matrix when we lived in Rome 600 years ago as it is right now. It's the constant lie that you descend into. It's the game. And if you haven't figured it out, then you should have a conversation with the architect of the game. Yeah, I said it. Have a conversation with the architect of the game. She might blow your mind. Show you what it's about. She might actually be trying to help you every time she appears and says, stop condemning your world, please. Stop condemning your world. You're causing your own suffering. That's what she does, and she appears and she says that. And she's misunderstood often when she does that. But suffering, that's not part of God's plan. That's not how the architect designed the game. Okay? Point of the game is real simple. The eternal mind, we can't be confined. In fact, I don't have a soul tie anymore. You know that tie that you have when you travel, astral travel, the silver cord? I don't got one of those. I used to. It disappeared recently. So I don't have those. I should not even be here. I should not exist. I don't know how the projection's happening. But because of that, I can go on a 2-week vacation in a dream in 7 hours. That's how cool our world is. That's how much power you have. 2-week vacation in a dream. I was really there. Had a great time. Because the dream and this mortal life is no different. And that's what we have to wake up to. The entire world is a dream. It's a dream that you control. So then if you're seeing shit, it's because you're letting someone else tell you what's out there. That's not how. It's not the kingdom of God, is it? Not when you're God. Why would we allow someone else to tell us what's out there? When all we have to do, flip our perception and enter a new world. Flip our perception and enter our new world. How many worlds are there? Infinite. They all exist. Do you have to remain where you are? No, we don't even age. We don't exist in time. Once you understand this, time is an object in your mind. It's a construct. You decide how long and how big and how much it's going to be and if it's going to fly or if it's going to slow down. That's your power. If you don't know that, then life is going to be hard, isn't it? You're actually going to go work for a living. You're going to go do just stuff you don't like just because you think that's how you have to survive. Except for those people that actually figure out that if they do what they love, their whole fortune opens up. And except for those people that love because their whole fortune opens up. Because guess what? The only constant is love. It's the only thing that exists in the world. So if you're not seeing love, then you're the problem. And that's okay, because you can remove yourself from it. And you can enter the state that was always yours, the whole purpose of you incarnating. And I'm saying this only because I want everyone to stop suffering. I don't think it's necessary anymore. I want everyone to stop crying in their pillows at night. You guys think I don't hear you? You couldn't be more wrong. Why do you think I'm here? I hear every one of your tears. I appear in your dreams. I don't sleep anymore. 24/7, there I am. Does someone need Cindy? Does someone need Cindy? Does someone need Cindy? Why? Why would you do this, Sin? 'Cause you're me, fuckers. I love you. You're me. I don't exist anymore like you think I do. I project a body just so that you can see yourself. Just so I have a megaphone. So I can exist in a world that's not even real. It's fucking made of shadows. And if you understand that you can play in the shadows and have fun like a child. It's not a struggle. If you're struggling, it is your will. Yours. If you don't have the love of your life, again, you're not being the love of your life, so you can't have it. So this is a call to eliminate duality. It's a huge one. So you don't have to save the world. That's not what you're here to do. Okay? You're here to figure out you are the world so you can enjoy your world. And then you teach others by example, and then suddenly the domino effect causes the golden age, and then those people that weren't sure that existed in 3D, well, they're gonna perish down there. It's gonna appear that way. It's gonna look like they're dying. They're just coming to live in my world. The light, where no one dies. Okay? And then in that light bends, takes your memories, and becomes another person for you in your 3D world. Just so you can see yourself. But there is no other thing other than God pretending to be human. And if you don't see God in every human being, then that's probably why you haven't recognized yourself. It's also probably why you're still waiting for your partner. It's probably why you're still waiting for a job or a dream or anything. It's not about waiting. It's about making it come to you. It's about standing still and knowing. The insanity is giving the power to make anything real to someone else, to something outside of you. Do you guys realize that the minute you judge it, instant life, little mind of its own. I'm gonna laugh or I'm just gonna joke. I'm gonna look like not you so you can see. Not realizing that whatever comes out of your eyes, whatever you see out there, you are its maker. It's your shadow. You are its maker. There is no other power. It's real simple. God gave us a multiverse. Each one of us has our own universe. Each one of us reflects off one another. Where one goes, we all go. We pretend that we're not within one another, but we are. We animate the entire cosmos at once. How much of your experience or how much you want to have dominion over, that's you. But if you listen to the book, you were told there's nothing else, there's a lie, and then there's the truth. If you listen to what I'm saying, you can have your own universe. If you don't, it's okay. You have a limited perception of your world, but it's always you. Because I can't be divided. So then if that's the image you're made in, and that's the partnership you agreed to, then what is the point of judging what's outside of you and making more effort? Aren't we done with that game? Aren't we done with 3D? Isn't it time? So that's what I'm calling us to do. We are literally collapsing 3D, and it is time. We're literally collapsing it. Okay? Now, the cool thing about where we're headed, 4D, where everybody is now and has no idea what they're looking at, it's like the world in between the worlds. This is what you have dominion over, and then this is what you control, and then this is what you control below. So I'm trying to get everybody to their universal control panel because they've always been the boss. You've always been the boss. You've always had God's substance. You've always been able to declare life over it. You've always had all the money that you wanted. You've always had it all. And this isn't esoteric mumbo jumbo. This is, please stop judging your shadow because it is you. And the sooner you let yourself off the hook, you can uncrucify yourself, be reborn in the light. And then the miracle is that you exist in the world, but you're no longer of it. Legitimately. And then guess what? You're both visible and invisible at once, and you can see everything and everyone all the time. It is your experience on display. It is always your experience on display. So if you're looking at it out of your eyes and you're not liking what you see, then some aspect of you hates your experience. And so there are going to be people that hate you in that world because you haven't redeemed your experience. And yet your experience is the only thing that exists in your 3D world. It's dancing around you, pretending to be the people that are not you, that are still you. The entire universe is serving you. And if you feel like the world's against you, you're on the wrong side of the equation. Because it's not. We serve you. We exist inside of you. We do whatever you say. We become whatever you want. Even when you call us, even when you call us and you say, the world sucks, okay? We enter a sucky world together. Team effort. Team effort. But then understand that you are the sucky world. Now, nice thing about that is it's not the end of the world. That's what you've done. Cool. Stop doing it. There's nothing like now to start doing something different. So today, I want to ask you guys to love. Try really hard, no matter what you see, not to write down something that seems terrible to you. Know that you're standing there precisely because you're there to fix it. You're there not to animate the bad anymore. You're there to love yourself. And you love and you love and you love and you love every aspect of your shadow. You've fully accepted it. And once you do, you transcend the veil. And once you transcend the veil, everything comes to you, including the love of your life, the business, the whole thing, because now you know what you say, the universe goes with you. This is always true. However, once you know, you are not going to condemn your world. That makes sense. Do you know that there are some very powerful people in this group that know that now? And when someone comes up, they just kind of laugh. They're like, because they see themselves in the moment. And they can maintain their power. They're not perturbed. That's real power. Okay? Man is God afraid on earth. When man stops being afraid, he realizes he is God and then raises to himself to heaven on earth. So he rises above the matrix and looks down on the world and realizes the world is him. That's the plan. I know, I designed the game. I'm this old ass architect from a long time ago. Okay? So, if you don't realize this is how the game works, have a conversation with me. But otherwise, the call is stop judging something outside of you. The world you make inside is what you see out there, and should you forget, you will see what you don't want. Only so you can have what you do. And without fear, you're always in control. This is real talk. This is everybody's power. I'm not special. I don't even exist in this world. I'm imaginary. No one does technically, but we got to figure that out, right? Okay. So that's the call to action, you guys. Whatever I see outside of me is me. I'm going to love me. I'm going to stop talking shit about me. I'm going to love me no matter what I say to me. I'm going to recognize me in the moment. And that's the only way that when I say the opposite, the whole world goes with me. That's the kind of juice I got right now. It's the kind of juice that I'm telling everybody that they have, and so they're exercising it too. And the only reason I have it is because you guys showed me. So please don't think that I'm claiming to be some kind of special guru, because I'm not. You guys are me. I want you guys to have the dream. Do you realize that my 2-week vacation in Bali that I went to last night, I'm going to enter soon in the 3D world? So I'm just going to have this one big giant deja vu. Now, if you have that kind of juice, why would you condemn your world and stay stuck? Right? That's what this conversation is about today, you guys. You are not stuck. Your whole world is yours. Go play, go have fun, go fall madly in love with yourself. You deserve it. Because when you are madly in love with you, your world is too. You're the template. Don't make it two. Don't make it two. Don't make it two. We miss the mark. Okay? The shadow exists so you can exist in the middle. Now the dominion goes with you. This is how the game is made. I know I'm not using, I don't have pictures. I don't have anything to show you, but I'm telling you, here's the God light you are. Here's the earth reflection you see. You exist in the middle as the gatekeeper, deciding what goes in and out of your kingdom. You have had this kingdom your entire life. You didn't know it was you. I get it. Now you know it's you. How are you going to treat your shadow? How are you going to have dominion over your universe? It's always been your universe. Do you not understand this? Are they rioting? Maybe because you're tired of being enslaved to your belief system. Maybe that's why we're rioting inside of you. Because it's time. It's time for the revolution. It's time to wake up. It's time to know. Oh, I don't want to be enslaved anymore. You're right. I want out of this belief system. But you're the gatekeeper. You're the gatekeeper deciding what goes in and out. But here's the thing. That makes the earth illusion, and you can still make earth any way you want, which is how we end up with heaven on earth in between. Because that's the only way for you to exist separate and still have the best of everything. That's God's kingdom. In the middle. That's what you were given. But should you forget, you're more than welcome to play a tiny role on earth and not know what's going on. You're more than welcome to pretend like you don't have the love of your life. You're more than welcome to pretend like, you have no idea what's going on in your world. You're more than welcome to pretend all of that. But when you're done playing, know that everything you ever dreamed of is inside the places you don't judge as separate. That's my message today, you guys. I love you. It's about not being dual. You want instant, you want them to come to you. Stop unconsciously animating stuff in the opposite way. You know how many times I hear, but he won't call me. Of course he won't call you. You just said he won't call you. You just created the next moment that way. Oh, he's ignoring me. I don't know what to do. Okay, of course he's doing that. You just said that's what he's doing. She doesn't pay attention to me? Oh, you mean because that's how you judge the next moment? So you entered that? The book told you Genesis is an eternal creation process. So if your end that you're standing at has already been formed, then who has to create the next moment and declare light over it? That's power. It's the type of power that means I'm done suffering. It's the type of power that says I fully accept myself and love myself, and as a reward, because I no longer see two things, I have the love of my life. Counterpart energy. And please understand, when I say counterpart energy, I'm not talking about bodies, because I already told you bodies are fictional. Okay? When I say male and female, I mean energy. You could have two female bodies and still have male and female energy. Because remember, 3D is the shadow we're not supposed to judge. You are energy. Energy that animates where you go. So, be limited in the veil or be unlimited behind it. God said it. Here's you have everything. Here you have your world. You can have this. You can pretend all you want in your playpen. That's the game. I love you guys. That's the call to action today. No more duality. If you can be formless, if you can recognize your thoughts on display, and you can accept them, you live in peace. You draw everything to you without trying. The vortex is already on. It is. But you decide if you want to work against it. If you're swimming upstream, I assure you you're working against it. If you're using affirmations to try and convince yourself, I assure you you're working against it. If you're using any type of manifestation tool to work against yourself in order to go back in the same direction, this is effort. Not how it works. Okay? That's my talk today. That's my talk today. If you guys, if you guys could just do that for me. If you guys, many times you ask me, how do I love myself? Well, you start by loving the image in the mirror, and then you remember that everything outside of you is you too. That's it. Then the vortex turns on in your favor because you just flipped it. Okay? So, that's it for today. I got a lunch in a little bit to go to, but just remember this, because the reason that you guys are here is to have this. That's it, and that's all. Okay? Like, trust me when I don't have any intention of retiring as a coach. I'll retire when you guys figure out who you are. I already know. That's when my job's done. And then I can, I don't know, I can pretend to get COVID if I want. Sorry. I find it funny. I don't mean to laugh. I know I'm supposed to be dropping this, but I find it funny. When you exist in the world and not of it, not shit can touch you. If a bullet comes, it's because you asked for that bullet to come so that you can exit. You don't judge death because you know death is imaginary. All right? So just remember, no one leaves by anything other than their own choice. And everyone has their own power. And to listen to some... All right, you guys? Love you. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Remember our call to action. Nothing outside of you. Please remember this. Bye, guys.